You... Jeanne? Ha!
Take me as I am! I am back with another review. You're probably asking yourself, wait, why are you wearing this tight ass hoodie? Because this anime got me tight! It got me pissed off! Wait, why are you wearing a blue hoodie with green Crocs? It's confusing because I'm confused! I'm confused on why this made production. Now, this anime is called Ulysses, which American history, we have a lot of generals named Ulysses or whatever, and it's like Jeanne d'Arc and Alchemy Knight, and so can't tell by the reaction I'm having right now. This was like a 12 episode little thing. I Googled to make sure there's nothing left. It seemed like it was one and done. One season, one and done. Thank God. It should have been 2 episodes and done. Because we always give animes 1 episode. We give them a little taste. Like, okay. And if it's okay, you don't know about it, you give it like a second, you give it like a third. This one was trash from the jump. Let me get to this. What is it about? First off, what do Japanese folks know about Ulysses? Name one Japanese person named Ulysses. How? What's the origin of that name, bro? Anyways, so this joint is about. Let's take a step back. Right foot, left stump.
Funky, 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 funky.
Let's take a step back. So it starts off with this little youngin, you guy named Montmorency. If I hear Montmorency one more time, I'm gonna lose it. He is like in this school, academy. And at first I had no clue what was going on. I was like, what is going on? He's academy with these 3 other girls. They are in France. And now the English is coming to take over France. So we got a little bit of history going on here. Okay. Now it comes to find out that Montmorency is like, he's part of a house, and a house means like, like a castle and all that, like whatever, a providence, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a history major. He's part of a house, and I ain't sitting down. This whole time, I'm standing up. He's part of a house, and the girls he was talking to, they have each individual provinces, spots, whatever. So, back in the day, people used to do like alliances and all like that stuff. That's what's going on here. So they're all in this little academy, and they're all like young and over, and they're just hanging out and stuff, and they go by the little river. Guys, let's be best friends forever, and we'll never stop talking to each other. Cool. So Montmorency is really big into alchemy because he believes that alchemy can help save the world because all our wars are going on. So if he dedicates his life to this, then maybe he can save the world. So he locks himself, essentially it's like he locks himself in the basement of where he was staying at and was just studying on his alchemy, right? And he came across this one stone. It's called Philosopher's Stone, and like what we found out was like complete spoilers. We're going straight spoilers mode right now. What he found out was like, okay, this stone, because it's like this little fairy came down, and she's like the guide of the stone, like she's like the protector of the stone, like, oh, this is, even Jesus Christ uses stone, and all that. I'm like, what the fuck? How did Jesus get into this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get Jesus? Like, that's the problem with this anime. It was a whole bunch of hodgepodge, bullshit, just everywhere. So while England is trying to take over France, this nigga's he's in the basement. A war is going on outside. My man's in the basement studying his alchemy because in order to take the stone and be one with the stone, you need like this sort of like elixir. And like, he's like trying to figure out the elixir and all that. So 8 years goes by. I know, crazy. And I think the fairy mentioned that like she like froze time so he could like work and like everybody else was like frozen too or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but 8 years goes by. That's what I do know. And so like, he over here, long hair now. He went down in the basement as a kid, came out as a teen, like an adult teen. And then so he's like over here traveling and stuff. And, like he don't know where his like little best friends are. They ain't got no cell phones. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't write nobody a letter. You know, like where they at? We don't know. So like now all the girls grew up and now they're all the rulers of their little provinces and all that. Okay. So then he goes to a village. He found his village as like these like little pygmies or whatever, like a little small little people. And there was like a little girl there. Okay. And so like he's at the village and like he was mixing something up, a little alchemy, because like, he had to go to like a certain area for the stone and try to mix something up, try to activate the stone. So this little girl interrupts him while he does that. So it messes everything up and like splashes in his face and she's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the potion he was working all in his face and all that. Long story short, that mess up gave him the ability to like produce elixir. Like now it's like inside him, like the elixir. So now he's able to like, he could eat the stone. He could, I'll get to that. Actually, let me pause. Let me pause real quick. So now he has that ability. And then here comes England, some of it, like some little fraction. They come and try to take over this town. Okay. So they come and take that town. They fucking shit up. Oh God. They are tearing this town up. One thing about history, bro, it is so brutal. It's just like, bro, if we truly had a real war, like a real war, man, oh man, take me out. I'm not built. I might have to take a few bodies before I go out, but I'm not built. I'm hitting that Russian roulette. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they tear this town up, and they kill this little girl. And so he's like, oh my God, like, no, this little girl, like, she was so pure and so innocent. So this nigga, excuse me, this guy, let me keep it PG. This guy here gets the stone, breaks the stone in half, okay? And then she got like stabbed or something, and he put the stone in her stab wound. And the little fairy was like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? So then, essentially, that stone brought her back to life. And now it's like, in order to like activate the stone and keep the stone happy, she needs the elixir. And the only way to get the elixir is by kissing this nigga. Or kissing this guy. Bro, what's wrong with me? What happened to my PG-ness? This anime got me so tight, I'm talking crazy. So she has to kiss this guy in order to like keep the stone happy. I'm gonna get to another part too in a minute. So like not only do we have this trash ass plot that don't really make sense, now we have pedophilia. Because it's like this little girl, they never disclose the age, but she is clearly a youngin. Like gotta be like 11 or 12. And he is clearly like 17, 18. Or even older than that. I don't know. But, and so they'd be like making out the whole anime and stuff. It's just like, bruh.
Whoa. Hey.
So, the stone, when it's mixed with elixir, gives you the power of Ulysses. Now, Ulysses come in different shapes and sizes with different abilities. And essentially what it is, it's like going Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's like you're powered up, you're doing whatever your specialty is, you're doing it. So some people want to be offensive, some people want to be defensive, some people want to be both. So that's why they say that Jesus Christ had it and all that, because it gives you like unearthly abilities. But the caveat here is it's only for 3 minutes. And not only is it only for 3 minutes, once it's like done, you're knocked. Like it's like on some like post nut. Like you bust that nut, you're gone. Like say goodbye. Like you're just laid out like fuck, I just nutted. So they find that out, and that's why it's constant. It's always they always kissing. You know what I'm saying? Like they always kissing. And so we'll get straight to it, because I don't want to talk about this longer than I have to. So like the English and the French battle keeps on going. Now there's, like I said, there's multiple Ulysses out there. There's multiple philosophy stones and all that out there. So one of the girls, it turns out one of the girls he was cool with, they made a little bond. One of the girls had a stone too. Like she had an artifact, a helmet to be exact, that was like infused with the stone. So she messed around. Well, she pulled up on him, and they all four were reunited, plus the little girl who's now Jeanne, I guess Jeanne, or whatever you want to say the name is. Now they're like all in the room, like, oh my god, like, oh. And the little girl, not the little girl, but one of the friends' name was like Philip, little shorty. And she's like, oh, you're gonna be on our side? And she's like, no, I can't be on your side. They're like, what the fuck's wrong with her? What's wrong with Philip? Help us fight the English. You know what I'm saying? Help us fight them. She ain't on it. It's because her providence, her house, they had little ties with the English. Like, they're like, look, once y'all conquer France, cut us off some, leave us alone. You know, little side deals. Like, oh, damn. So y'all made an alliance with them. Like, okay, cool. That's crazy. So she was leaving, right? So she's leaving the castle. She's going back to the crib. So then Montmorency runs out and was like, Philip, no, reconsider. She's like, Montmorency, I can't. And then she kisses this nigga. So she like, boom, laid one on him. And I was like, oh, snap. I didn't know what she was doing. Like, no one, like, you don't really know why she's doing that. So then, shorty, this is crazy. She keeps the elixir in her mouth all the way trip back home. Mind you, these are carriages. So it's probably days, right? She keeps that in her mouth, and then she's becoming one with the elixir. She puts that helmet on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me describe this. We are talking about little baby Philip. She probably 17, 18, same age as him, but she like a good 5 foot. When I tell you, she put on this helmet, I'm talking about from 5 foot to at least 5'10". Yonkers. I'm talking mommy milkers. We're talking about little 5 foot Philip. Little body. Flat chest and all that. Puts on that helmet, nigga. Eyes covered. Lipstick, this red. Yonkers. Body. I was like, oh my god. And they got this little great sword. She is on demon timing. And her only mission is like, oh, I'm taking over. So she had the helmet on, it's demon time. She locked. So then it's like her against Jeanne, which is the other little girl that be kissing Montmorency all the time. As you can imagine, she's getting worked. Jeanne is getting absolutely worked, out-strategized in all facets. In every battle they have, she's getting absolutely outclassed. Now, let me get my bearings back. Because, I mean, the Yonkers in this anime was outrageous. Once again, I mean, these Japanese producers are perverts. I mean, they are just mommy milkered up. So, and I'm leaving a lot of stuff out because it's like, a lot of it was just kind of like fluff and like these little mini battles here and there. I'm talking about the basis of what the show's about. So, essentially, John gets in trouble in the fight because she getting outworked again because the shorty, Philip, you know what I'm saying? 5'10" mommy milkers, when she got the helmet on, has a little partner too who has like a little bow that is designed to kill Ulysses folks. Like, it's designed to take you out. Like, you got brought into this earth, I'm here to take you out. So like they be like tag teaming, like it's a disgusting tag team. And so one of the times, like, Philip grabbed John and was like, shoot us! That man did not hesitate. He said, bow! You know what I'm saying? Right, boom! Right in the back, pierced both of them. But see, Philip, the helmet is like auto healing. Like, her power is OD. Like, she's strong, fast, and she can heal. John cannot heal. Say goodbye. So then that was some episodes of like they needed to find a little Excalibur, and then they put the Excalibur in John, and then Montmorency kisses her. Like, it's just a lot of fluff, bro. It was just a lot. And so to wrap up what the story is, so essentially Montmorency had to take the other half of the stone because John was in trouble. Well, after she healed up, after they fought at the end, she was in trouble, so he came in the mix, and he was like defensive because John was offensive, and then like he had shields and all that. However, since his body is always producing elixir mixed with the stone, it basically like overpowered the stone because it's like you're not supposed to be doing all that. You know, it's like it's just too much. It's like, okay. So then, out comes him, a god, that was sealed away by using the stone. Like, this is crazy. Like, it was just like, where the hell did this come from? Like, it came like complete left field. Like, they called it like some void or whatever. I forgot, like Babylon or something like that. And like, so basically this god was sealed away in the past because like he was ruling over humans. And he called it utopia, but the humans want their own freedom to make their own decisions and all that, whatever. And that's the whole point of the fairy, because the fairy was really a goddess that couldn't die. Like, she had a whole little like body and everything, but she was like trapped into this fairy that could never die. And she was a guard of the stone, so she was a goddess of like love or something like that. So this guy comes back and he's a host body. So as you can imagine, he takes over Montmorency, right? It takes him over. And like now he's like in his body. Then he transitions to his body now. Montmorency body, but like his old original body, right? So now John's fighting him, and another shorty with Yonkers just fighting him. And you know, it's all bunch fighting, and then eventually he gets defeated with some bullshit love. And then like it's all that, whatever. Like it's the typical bullshit.
Bag, you crying.
So he gets defeated and sealed away. Again. And so like it's like all good, and then the French ends up, you know, warding off the English for now and all that. Like I said, there was more to this, but that's just the basis of the story. And then Montmorency is still over here kissing little shorty, and it's all that. So they don't live happy ever after because he saw a vision in the future to where they're eventually going to burn Jeanne, whatever you want to call her, because they'll call her like a witch and all that eventually. And it's probably been an English tactic or whatever. Probably been in a future season, but they're not doing future seasons. Thank God. Okay, so what made this bad? So it's like I said, the plot was hodgepodge. It was rushed as fuck. They've been sending things from just everywhere. On top of that, it's like the main characters, there's just no consistency. Like, it was too much like folks going in and out, and then the main characters, you got the age difference was too much, and she's saying like, oh, I want big breasts like you. Like, she's clearly a little girl that's underdeveloped. And, like, at the end, they were riding together, and she was, like, giving him a hard time. And she was basically trying to make him admit that he didn't want girls with big breasts, and if they could make a baby. And then she made a comment, like, she don't even know how babies are made. So that just shows you how young she is. Because, like, he was looking, like, all, like, frazzled, like, oh. And then, like, all the girls look at him, like, what the fuck? And he's like, no, John, don't say that. You can't say that. That you want my baby, and da-da-da-da. Like, and they're like, you trying to push on a little girl? And it's just like, bruh. And she's like, I don't even know how babies are made. And it's just like... So it was a little perverted show where they rushed plot, and the CGI was so bad. It was one point where they had like soldiers running or something. It was like, I was like, what's the budget?
What? What the fuck?
What's the budget, man? That was terrible. CGI bad. Shit. It just wasn't a good watch at all. I mean, you just had you developed no connection. Okay, what I'm gonna start doing is when I watch a really bad anime, I'm gonna say things that could have made it better. Because we're all about improvement here. Something that could have made it better would be, one, more episodes to really build the backstory of the characters. Because it's like we got a taste of it, but at the same time, they just felt like bodies. Like, they had one person who was like a transgender, but by force. Like, his sister wanted to dress like a man so she could dress like a boy. Like, it was just like stupid. And he was like, I'm gay, but I'm not gay. It was just all dumb. Like, it was just like, it was too much dumb shit. Like, you can't have dumb shit if you don't have like the basis of like it covered. Because it becomes all dumb shit. CGI, also, like, bro, if you can't afford it, don't put it in. Like, they had some okay fight scenes. It should just be revolving around that. Like, I don't need to see the soldiers moving, and you can't afford that. And then I hate when, like, it'd be like stills. Like, it'd be like, and you hear the sound behind it, and it's just like, bruh.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
We couldn't afford just to animate that piece? Crazy. Third, I mean, the timelines. Like, with like the war and stuff, it felt like a lot of standing around. Like, in real war, I don't think people are being like, okay, time out. Hey, let's take a time out while these folks have a quick little dialogue. You know, no, this is constant. This is like, folks get raped.
Change my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
Nigga, Jaeger.
Folks get battered. Like, it's all crazy. Like, So, like, it felt like it was too much time given for France to recover. Like, in real life, y'all have been cooked. Let's be real. So, the reality of it was bad. Then the introduction of gods and all that. Like, there should have been more hints of that to actually occur. Because I wasn't like, oh, shit, here comes this god. He's about to go crazy. I didn't even know who this guy was. I didn't see any history. I saw him getting sealed up. But I didn't see any history of, like, how it was being ruled under him. I didn't see any other gods. Like, right, it wasn't enough, like, backstory with the gods to truly be, like, make a decision for yourself. Like, do we want them to keep ruling? Or do we want some intervention? You know, like, I want to have a conversation. Like, I want to be at battle with myself. Like with Thanos. With Thanos and the Avengers and stuff, it's like, yes, Thanos is killing all these folks. But the argument is solid. It made you think, like, we could do less with the same. I mean, less could be more here, right? Like the 75%, we can give that up. So, it just didn't give me that. Like, I didn't want nobody to win. At that point, I was just like, bro, I want to win by this being over. So that's what the advice I would give on that. Like, that's what could have made it a lot better. So I'm going straight to it. I give this like, this might be one of the worst animes I watched in a hot minute. And it wasn't bad. It was hot trash, but it wasn't like, oh, I have to shut this off. Like, because I did finish it. I'm going to give this like a 4. Because it wasn't like, I cannot watch this no longer. But at the same time, it was like, why was this produced? And with that said, I'm out. I'm done. I mean, the amount of yayas, titties, mommy milk, whatever you want to call them in this anime, was absolutely insane. And there was not even like a lot of women. But best believe, all the women in this joint had yonkers. Except for Philip and Little John. But when Phil got a helmet on, demon mode, what?